So I think Jeb took the term AFK a little bit too serious. Welcome back, my name is Echo. Let's talk about the combat updates. Not the first one, the second one that kind of stopped 2 years ago. What happened? Well, we finally do have some kind of an update with what is happening. Now I apologize if you've already seen another YouTuber do this video. I'm making this video because I'm poor and January sucks for ads. And I spent all my YouTube money on Pokemon cards. But anyway, combat updates. Let's go back to August the 26th of 2020. This was Jeb's last tweet. I made a slight update to the combat snapshot. New version is 8C. Appended to the previous post here. And like I said, that was on August 26th of 2020. I took the time to go through all of Jeb's recent tweets from that date, and none of it is referring to the Combat version 2 update. Now, usually when this happens in the Minecraft community, it's like, alright, we're not getting it, it's over, it's past, let's move on. That is typically how Mojang do things. They did it with the Super Duper Graphics pack, they've done it with other things in the past as well. They just put up a block, don't say nothing about it, and that's it. But we do actually have some news regarding this. Now, this is bigger than just combat for Java. This will actually affect the Bedrock version as well. And it's not just combat. There's so many other factors that will take place. My biggest question right now is, why did he stop? Like, why did he stop? Was it too much for him? Has he kind of just stepped away from developing in the Minecraft community? We know that Jeb does a lot of other things within the Minecraft community, but that was strange because we went from having combat snapshots from Jeb every single week. He said that he took charge of the combat system, so it was down to him, okay? It was down to him. No other developers could be blamed. If the community didn't like something, they would go to Jeb. And that's how it worked. And then it stopped. Now, let's go back to the first combat post. It simply says this: a custom Java Edition snapshot to test new combat mechanics. The combat mechanics in Java Edition have been a controversial topic ever since the 1.9 update. We want the mechanics to be the same across all editions, but simply porting Java to Bedrock or vice versa is not taking us forward. We want to find a system that is flexible and works well across all input devices. Main issues to Java Edition: too slow for PvP, not exciting enough. I think we can agree with that. Damage per second is too slow to beat regenerating items. Too hard to understand for new players. Main issue in Bedrock: tedious on controller. The Legacy Editions fix this. RIP Legacy Editions. Weapons are very similar. Armor is not balanced. So, like, there was so much things that were going to change, and everyone was excited, and we were going in the right direction. And like I said, it just completely stopped. We even had the introduction of a new enchantment, which originally was called chopping, and then changed to cleaving. And this was available on axes, and it had the ability to disable shields, like a stunning effect. And then, again, nothing happened. That is until January 13th, 2022, when Cubfam, the man himself, tweeted this towards Jeb and was like, is there any information you can share about the combat test snapshots? Are those still planned to continue, or have those been abandoned? Now, the reason why this is important is because, like, everyone was excited about this. Combat has sucked in Minecraft since 1.9 if you play in the Java version. And the Bedrock version, Bedrock's just Bedrock. Now, we actually had a response which isn't from Jeb, but this dude was like, Oraf is going to be taking over the combat snapshots, according to a Q&A thing the devs did on the official Minecraft Discord. And it says, question 1, I've only ever heard Jeb talk about them. What are your feelings on the combat snapshots? And he said, I'm very excited to pick up work on the combat snapshots. I've had a few talks on it with Jeb, and I think there is definitely more we can do there. I'm really excited to work on it together with the community to make it the best it can be. So yes, the combat update isn't another thing in the Minecraft community that's gonna be forgotten about. I don't know why it's taken this long. 2 years. That is a very long time. Now, obviously, we've had a pandemic in between those times. Maybe that's one of the main factors. The developers have been working a lot on Caves and Cliffs Part 1 and Part 2. And I'm just going to say it. The next update basically is Caves and Cliffs Part 3 with the Warden. Let's not get distracted, Echo. But yeah, this is a big part of the Minecraft community. It's the reason a lot of people don't go past like 1.7 or 1.8 on Java. And we're close to update 1.20. So it is about time something happened here. Next up, King B-Dogs himself stepped in and said it wouldn't just be Ulraf. And this isn't anytime soon. The only information that is relevant is that the gameplay design team will be taking over the combat snapshots work at some point. But no ETA on when that will be or when that will happen. Thanks for the info. I appreciate it. So you're not going to be expecting the combat update probably this year, which again, that sucks. That's going to be like next year, which is going to be like 3 years that this was started, forgotten about, hopefully replanned and restarted this year for hopefully releasing next year. So if you play on Java Edition or you play on Bedrock, there's not going to be any combat changes anytime soon. That being said, Bedrock this year 100% needs more options on the offhand. It needs it. Why it's taken so long, I don't know. But it's needed. So like I mentioned, the combat system wasn't just combat. Now, there's a couple of things here I found, which was balance changes. Weapon enchantments are now included in the base damage when calculating critical hits and potion effects. Strength 1 and 2 now adds plus 20% / plus 40%. Was plus 3 plus 6 damage. Instantaneous effect on tipped arrows are now scaled by 1 to 8, just like the duration of other effects. Healing potions now heal 6 points per level. It was 4. The cleaving enchantment now adds plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 points of damage. Was 1, 2, and 3. Liquid foods such as stews, honey, and milk can now be consumed faster. 20 ticks was 32 or 40 ticks. Potions can now be drunk faster. 20 ticks was 32 ticks. So it wasn't just combat. Like, it wasn't just fighting. It was food consumption. It was enchantments and like how much damage they can do and the differences. There were so many minor factors as well. And I think there was another thing being having the ability to stack potions as well. Stack snowballs like 64. There were so many little minor things that you wouldn't think of that were also going to be factored into the combat update. So like, it's bigger than just attacking and fighting. And this is like some of the other big changes people wanted to see. But the information I have for you there is it is happening. Hasn't been fully cancelled. It's just not coming for quite some time. So that's the combat system and stuff out the way. I want to do my best to keep you all updated with what is happening in the community. And I want to talk about the Bedrock UI. I very briefly talked about this in my latest beta video, but this is a big thing for the Bedrock community. The UI is changing. The interface is changing. Fingers crossed we get a preview or a teaser in the next beta as me making this video. Of course, I'll bring you an updated video if that happens. But let's go through the information we currently have. It's kind of leaked. It's looking pretty cool. So David, Corner Hard MC. Some new Bedrock UI coming soon to a beta near you. So, like, this is already in the coding. It's not public. If you're a moderator or an add-on creator, you can access these. It is in the latest coding, and the hints are there that it will be given to us in the next beta. We then had a tweet here from Mark Jones. Fantastic add-on creator. If you've ever seen the Fly UI, he created this, inspired by the first UI announcements many, many years ago. The first image we have here is create new worlds. Now you have to understand, this has been a work in progress for 3 or maybe even 4 years now. And that is because the developers have to cater for all platforms, being iOS, Android, Windows 10, Xbox, Switch, PlayStation. They need to be accessible and easy for all platforms. Some platforms are touch, some platforms are controller, Some platforms are keyboard and mouse, but this is the Create New World screen, showing you survival, creative, peaceful, easy, normal, hard, etc. It's so much cleaner, it's so much slicker, and that's the first thing I noticed. Now moving on to the next picture here, and something that stands out incredibly well for me is the buttons on the left-hand side. They've been using these icons from Minecraft as general advanced multiplayer cheats, resource packs, behaviors packs, and beta features. For example, advanced, they're using a furnace. For cheats, they're using an enchantment table, resource packs, a chest. Shulker box, I think that is for behaviors pack. I really love that concept. They have done this already in the Bedrock version via the new achievements menu, which you probably notice is a potion. Obviously, you can see here you've got gameplay, wild update, add-on, creators, etc. Some of them outlined as beta. In this next picture, you can clearly see here, if you flick the buttons on the right-hand side, they turn green. It's like a light switch, really simple to understand. Flat world, starting map, bonus chest, show coordinates, friendly fire, etc. Now, I imagine this is going to come straight to beta for players to test and give feedback. That is, I really hope that's their plan, because I don't want them to just throw that out there and go, yeah, by the way, that's the new menu, deal with it. I want them to do what Java does. Go back and forth. What don't you like? What do you like? I'm a big fan, though. I do like it. And then the next one we have here, and I talked about this in my beta video, is one of my favorite ones. Check out the default player permissions at the bottom. As a visitor, you have no arms. I don't know if that's planned, but you have no arms because you don't have permission. The next one is a member. They have a pickaxe because they're able to build and break and place. And an operator has both hands in the air with a particle as if like they've got magic powers because they can give people items or commands. And I think that's incredible. So simple, yet so effective. And I like the coloring system as well. But let's talk about what I don't like. And I hope that they don't introduce this. Last but not least here, we have the emote screen. Now, previously, the emote screen was a wheel. It was a wheel, and you could have several different emotes accessible. Are they reducing it down to 4? I really hope not. Again, this was found in the coding. This is official screenshots and previews. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the squares, man. But obviously, it's meant to symbolize like a controller. Obviously, your D-pad, up, down, left, right, etc. But I'm just not feeling that. So I like everything else. Don't really like the emote wheel. Let me know your opinions about that. And the last thing I want to talk about is last month, December, Minecraft started a new live stream, which was called Minecraft Now. Basically, like, you could ask questions towards the developers. They would show us what they're working on. They talked a lot about caves and cliffs and things like that. It has been postponed. The official Minecraft Twitter account posted this. We always think about safety here at Mojang. That's why we've postponed the next Minecraft Now to ensure we comply with local COVID-19 rules. You can learn more about this below, blah, 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 blah. Let's hope that the show still goes on, because an ex-Mojang Minecraft employee said it's probably not going to happen, but we will definitely have to see. I believe it's because they changed some rules over in Sweden. And that's the Minecraft roundup. Let me know in the comment section, did anybody actually make it this far and just listen to me rambling on? Don't forget, I need to make that ad revenue because January sucks and I did spend all my money on Pokemon cards. But yeah, that's the information I have for you. Excited to see where Minecraft goes in the future. Hopefully we see the new UI in the beta, and hopefully we have some kind of update regarding the combat stuff. See you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.